Gentlemen, great to see you all. Thanks so much for your time.
Morning.
Good to see you too, man.
What's up, man?
No, not much, not much. Chris, we'll start with you because it's your first time we're speaking on the show. James, Michael, we've chatted before for other projects, but Chris, I'm just curious, like, when you go in for a role, you're really focused on nothing but kind of the scenes of your character and everything. But do you think about the big boom in popularity of true crime these days when you're on a project like this, or is that something that you try to kind of block out?
I mean, I was thinking about the boom of true crime long before because I was a consumer of it, and in recent years I had kind of pulled away from it. I was a new father. I have a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old, and so my I don't know, sociological attraction to that part of the human condition was lessened almost down to zero. And then the way that we were engaging in exploring true crime became really sensationalized. And when Patrick approached me about this project, that was kind of the first conversation I had with him about it. Like, obviously, the John Wayne Gacy case, which is actually, 33 different cases, has been sensationalized in every way that it can possibly be handled. And so Patrick was very upfront about trying to handle this story differently and tell the stories of these young men who had beautiful and promising lives, fortunately crossed paths with this monster.
No, absolutely. And in this series, we see a lot like Michael, I just wanted to kind of ask you because, ensemble cast, right? Like you might be on a show or a movie where it's a big kind of call sheet, but you might show up, have like kind of scenes with like 2 or 3 people and then call it a day. You don't really get that kind of like ensemble cast experience. This whole cast, like you're all incredible in this, and you have a lot of colleagues in this that are just incredible. Like the cast is so good. Michael, I was just wondering, like, what's that like kind of working with this cast specifically for Devil in Disguise? Like, given what I just said, like you really, I feel like your character also being kind of in the thick of everything with the lawyer, like the lawyer and everything, like is really like you get to mingle with other actors as well, rather than just kind of like a couple of scenes with like 2 or 3 people, right?
Right. Well, you said it. I feel like this cast in particular is a real actor cast. Like all of these actors are so intelligent and highly sensitive and just pros, and it's everybody but Chris, but it's no, but it's true. It's true. There's just it just felt I don't know, everybody's been around for a while too, and so there's a pest control guy behind me wiping our windows here. I don't know if you can hear that. But
he's also great. He is also
he's
highly intelligent.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think what also there, while I was able to interact with Badge and Sully there, and most of my scenes are with Chernus, there was so much of the show. The show is so ambitious and large in scope that there were still a ton of actors that I didn't get to work with. So when I'm watching the show, there are entire storylines that I wasn't there for. I wasn't even in the same country when they were filming it. So I'm really afforded the opportunity to watch the show as an audience member, as a fresh audience member. And I just was so impressed by so many of these actors who came on for one episode or a couple of episodes and delivered and executed. It's like the hardest thing to do as an actor, I think. So I think just the casting and all around the acting in the show is really fantastic.
No, absolutely. I usually call you James. They said Badge. Am I at that level where I call you Badge, or do I just say James?
You can call me Badge. You're at that level.
Absolutely. Good to see you again, man. And I did kind of want to ask you, similar to my question for Chris, about being conscious of, the true crime boom. I find it interesting because I'm a filmmaker as well, so I think about these things. There's so many ways we consume media, like TV shows and films. For films, there's the, theatrical release, the film festival, streaming, and then for TV shows, there's the binging it all at once, and then there's the, dropping it all at once, and then the week-to-week drops, right? I'm wondering, are you ever conscious of how the media you are making is being consumed while you're making it at all? Does that come into play at all, or is that kind of something you think about after you wrap, so to speak?
I try not to think about that. I once again, like, that to me is like a trap door. You know what I mean? If I'm worried about, if this is coming out on a weekly basis, or is it all dump, or like, I don't want to know that you're going to see this. My job is to come in and play this game that we play with these incredible actors and these incredible creatives. My job happens between action and cut.
Yeah. And
the rest of it is out of my hands. And I walk away. And, so that being said, I will be aware if we're onto something. I will be aware if, like, you're like, wait a minute, the shots look beautiful. And there's this feeling of that we're elevating the material, and that things are, you're kind of catching that lightning in the bottle, and that this could be special and that it could be different. And that, to me, you do feel, and that you do become aware of that. And the job had that kind of tone and set culture. And so there was a real excitement about showing up to work every day,
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm really happy that you said, like, no, I don't think about that. And you continued, because, man, I've asked that question sometimes, and I'll just get like, no, I don't think about that at all. Like, not my thing. And then it just, like, dead silence. So I'm just kind of like, okay, well, that was a strikeout, 100%, right? So
well, I appreciate that you went back to the question. You're like, let's try it again.
Chris, I do kind of want to ask too, like, it's kind of like what Badge said a little bit too, right? Like, you make something and it's kind of out of your hands, and then it's like on to the next. But, like, you've worked on these projects that have become these big worlds, right? Like, you worked like This Is Us, a show that's ending, Stranger Things. You were in the first season of that, but also, like, I think of a Presence, right? The neon film and everything. Horror movies are so big. Like, I'm just wondering what it's like for you to be part of these big worlds that continue kind of to grow. And sometimes you maybe don't realize they're going to be these big worlds. Like, do you think about that from a storyteller perspective?
No, not from a storyteller perspective. It's definitely in retrospect. I mean, it's a real honor to be a part of the This Is Us world, along with Mr. Angarano. It's a big honor to be a part of the MCU or the Stranger Things world, and to kind of tap into different parts of society. But it's not something that I necessarily think about, as it's happening. I think when we shot the first episode of Stranger Things, it was called Montauk. Or at least when it was supposed to originally take place like out on the end of Long Island, and then they moved it to I think Indiana. Yeah, and
you guys were riffing off of Camp Hero and the Radar Tower and the Montauk Boys, the Montauk Project, and all that.
That's right. So it's these things evolve. Sometimes you can tell, like, when we all read the first episode of This Is Us, it was clear to every single person who read that it was one of the greatest episodes of television on the written page. And then, of course, a lot of other things have to fall into place for that to become a thing. But yeah, it's a pleasure.
Absolutely. And before we wrap up, Michael, I just want to say too, like, it's been a while, but Sky High, you know what I mean? Was it always called Sky High, or was it something else?
That was also called Montauk initially.
Crazy, right?
Maybe it's just a general working title a lot of people come up with, but that was always called Sky High. But I will say, my character Will was initially called Jeremy. When I auditioned for Sky High, it was Jeremy Stronghold.
And Badge, Hightown, was it always called Hightown? We got to keep it going. Was it always called Hightown?
Montauk.
Montauk. Yeah. But spelled
Yep.
different. That one was
Yeah,
spelled Talk.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but then
Yeah.
it was a hyphen Sky High.
Yeah.
Yes.
With a question mark. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Michael, it's so funny because I'm playing in some pop punk bands again. Like PD Beats was my stage name and drums. The Bowling for Soup stopped the end credit song of Sky High. Like I was just listening to that like 2-3 days ago. And then I got this interview converted. I was like, oh man, like which is great. But I can't wait for people to check out Devil in Disguise, John Wayne Gacy. It's a great series. You're all great. It really was an honor and privilege to speak with all of you. You're all fantastic, incredible, talented actors and storytellers. So I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Good to see you all.
PD Beats.
Man, thank you.
Thank you, Petey. Always
so
fun,
much.
dude.
Always great. Awesome.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.